planning on fighting it. We were planning on going against it, at least with wizards. So the way he's going to block is maybe no blocks on Trinket Mage, but block the Harbinger. Is there a link to Robopod? Which seems you can turn it for a lot of... Yeah, it's a very flexible engine. This gets any wizard. In this meta, for example, this here, what the Aether Mage is doing most of the time is finding Magus of the Moon, actually. We also find Glenn a lot against spell decks. We're also finding Sower against creature decks, so this is the flex piece. We're actually testing a playset in this budget version. I think that's wrong, though. I think you really only want 3. So that's the next change I'm going to make to this deck. The budget variant, I think it's about 3 Aether Mage is what you want. This is the glue to the deck. If you're wondering, how the hell does this deck stay together? It's the Aether Mage. It finds all of the pieces. I mean, if I don't have to show the Ratchet Bomb, although Wombala just watches the show, if I don't have to show him the combo finish, or excuse me, the fact that we have a lot of hate for his deck out of board, oh, misplay. We should have played the Silver Gill first. That's true, you could top a Mutavault. That's okay. Honestly, I think we just Master of Waves next turn, play Mutavault, play Master of Waves. You could play the Ratchet Bomb if you wanted the insurance, because his deck can kind of kill out of nowhere. But this seems really deep, though, the Leyline of Vitality. This seems a little deep, but maybe it's not. Destiny, you got it, friend. I'm in the middle of a match, though, but you got it, friend. I can do it. Real quick. Where we left off with Robopod was 3 point... Actually, this isn't the latest variant. This is, but something's off. We were trying to add a second choke. That's what it is. That'll have to be something else until we get it. That's the most common question I get when people look at the deck. They're like, well, wait, why not just run Underground Seas? It's not actually a card availability issue. What it actually is we're trying to choke people out of the board. And a lot of people don't see it coming, because when you see Tezzerator, the last thing you're thinking about is, oh, this guy's going to play choke. It's actually the last thing on people's radars, unless they watch the show. So we get a lot of people off the sideboard choke, and I just decided I finally want a second one for the board. We lost a burn the other day. I'm going to test a chill. Misdirection's never leaving. So let me actually... The reason it takes me a long time to show off Robopod is because Moto sucks and doesn't leave. I wish there was a way I could save how I curve it, because it has a very specific mana curve. It actually looks like this. It's one of the things I don't like. There are many things I don't like about the interface, but this is one of them. There you go. Okay, so that's everything, and it's properly curved. Mirror Enforcers are usually cast for 3 or less mana, same with Birthing Pod, with the Phyrexian. These are all 2s and 1s. So yeah, just pretend there's another choke. That's probably where I'm going with the list. Second choke. I've just been playing a lot of blue. Playing against a lot of blue recently, and we'll just go ahead and punish them for that. I have it screenshotted. Hang on. I had the curved version screenshotted in the slideshow. A lot of the decks you guys are asking to see today are in the slideshow. I did put this together. There you go. So that's the wizard deck. But anyway, that's usually what I show after the show or when we're starting up. So anyway, we'll go back into the game. There's a reason I put those deck lists in there, because you guys are always asking for my deck list. So I'm always happy to share. Just tell people where you found it, because not just myself put time into these decks. People who watch the show and mods and everybody who helped brew them put a lot of time and work into the... So you don't have to credit me. In fact, don't. I want you to credit the channel, though. So if somebody asks, you know, where'd you find this sweet Tezzeret deck with the green splash? Be like, oh, I found it on the BrewSpy channel. You don't have to credit me. If you don't like me, that's fine. Not everybody's going to like you in life. I realize that. You know, that's a hard lesson to learn. Haze of Rage. That's sweet. And I anticipate that, because not everyone's going to be compatible with you for whatever reason. But seriously, at least credit the people that put as much time and effort into the decks as I do. Seriously, I mean that. Don't go around stealing ideas. Like, credit the people that put time into it. So let's play the Master of Waves and just get this over with. We're not showing any sideboard cards by killing him with Master. What about Brewing Enchantress Curio? Enchantress is actually fine in Legacy right now. There's so many, at least on Moto, there's so many players jamming both Eldrazi and Miracles right now, it's absurd. If you wanted the extra insurance, I don't think he's going to 20 us. If you wanted the extra insurance, you'd play the bomb, but I'd rather not show a Wombologist. I'm not sure. I mean, again, Wombologist watches most of the show, so I'm sure he's very aware that we have Ratchet Bombs out of the board. I think we're even main decking one. But anyway. Is it bad? I would prefer to watch Brewing over Legacy Tournament on Card Kingdom, says Severed. How's it going, Severed? No, that's not bad. We're actually playing against a gauntlet of people just like you, Severed. We're playing against Wombologist. Wombologist stomped us game 1. Even though it looks like we're in control this game, he may have just had a poor draw. I think this may have led to it, though. This seems like I don't even know if this is necessary, the ley line. This seems like overkill. Yes, he saw Prodigal from us, but... if you guys are curious what this deck is doing, it's just trying to pot into Griselbrand. It does a lot of other things. You can win with the Tezzerets. We have more Tezzerets out of the board. These are the Tezzerets out of the board that kill with Helm of Obedience plus Leyline of the Void. So you have a combo kill out of the board. We have another 8-drop. Sometimes Griselbrand's actually not enough. We beat a 12-post player the other day with a nasty Terrastodon. So, Abrupt Decay is a problem, so we run Misdirection and Welding Jar, and there's plenty of it. We've even thought about main decking the Misdirection in the jar, but I haven't done that yet. But we might. There's just a lot of Abrupt Decay because there's a lot of Miracles on Magic Online, which makes sense. I think we boarded correctly. I just don't think the Prodigy is that great. I just don't think the counterlock that Prodigy Glenn offers the deck is very useful in this type of matchup where the opponent just poops out their hand. I imagine we're going to be in trouble this next match. We're going to really need to lean on... I should probably consider cutting the Prodigal because he's doing something... He's literally hedging in the form of Leyline. Like, there might be a better tool than this. This is still very powerful if he doesn't see Leyline, though. It's also powerful when paired with the Basilisk, and we will tutor for Basilisk. Oh, yeah? You work at a comic store? That's awesome, dude. Alright, Mulligan, even though it's got the sideboard tech. Mulligan, because it's, again, a no-lander. Let me see what Wombologist said. We're gonna mulligan again. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, if we top deck well. This is gonna be a game. We both mulligan to 5. Pretty laid back. Best local game store I've been to for MTG. Nice. Master of Waves. Huh. This card has a plan. And that's, I probably die before I get to it. I'm sorry. See you, Master of Waves. Pistol Whip Punch. What's up, man? Yep, he's got a scary star. Is this a Kadaltha? Multi 5 get... Okay, Legion. Whew. Could have been a lot worse. If that was a Kadaltha Rebirth, we were like, toast. 3 goblins, seriously. Granted, it's a 2-card combo, but 3 goblins, seriously. Seems good. Do the droplet. We've got a chance. We drew a sideboard card. We has chance, and it's a 2-drop. Other than blocking with Mutavault, which I don't know if I want to, probably runs bolts. And losing a land drop in this matchup is just a nightmare. There's the Bushwhack. Sun Droplet should buy us a lot of time. We're toast! Oh yeah, it wasn't bushwhacked. It wasn't kicked. Love the bow ties. Yeah, Pistol Whip, I'm wearing a new bow tie for every show. You guys paid for these bow ties. Thank you so much for the support on the channel. I wouldn't be doing this without you guys. Well, obviously that'd be weird because you need viewers for a Twitch stream, but, well, some people When I started out 2 years ago, I actually streamed alone. Maybe the first couple streams until somebody came in and was like, "Dude, your audio isn't working." You know, like you guys have helped me so much over the years. Um, Granted, I was a novice to the craft at that time. I probably should have spent a little. Like my advice to you, if you're starting out as a Twitch streamer, is do a little more research before your first stream. I think the rebranding's done a lot because the rebranding, a lot of you guys see the clean, polished, a lot of things that I've learned in 2 years worth of streaming. So if you guys are new to the channel and like you come here for my first show and you're like, wow, this guy like has most of his stuff together, albeit there's still things I'm changing here and there. As far as streams go, we didn't. I did not. 2 years ago, I started just like everybody else. It was just literally moto. There was no camera. I don't think there was even a camera at the start. I'm trying to remember. I don't think there was. Okay, so Tidebinder Mage is a blowout here, so we can Vidalcan Ether Mage into Tidebinder, or we can just slam Sage and then Ether Mage into something stronger. You can also do shenanigans with the Ether Mage and kill some creatures. You might have to. Whatever I'm doing, it's reactive. I'm not slamming Sage of Fables. I might do the Mutavault trick with the Ether Mage, or I might just do some blocks. So we're going to say yes. This is a fine blocker. If your opponent's hyper aggressive, but they're like token sized, like I'd love to kill the Arbor. Let's try blocking with the Mutavault and something. If something goes wrong, we use the Ether Mage. So I think the things that we want to kill are the Loyalist and the Arbor. Now here's the thing. We needed to animate the Mutavault after if we were going to do the Ether Mage, because it will automatically bounce the Mutavault. Let's block a Mutavault and see if something goes wrong, and if something does go wrong, again, you could kill the Loyalist. If something does go wrong, we can at least bounce it, and that's kind of the idea. Let's take out the land. See if he has any shenanigans. I'm anticipating like a bolt or something of the sort. Or a pump spell. No? Okay. We'll gain some more charge counters for the Sun Droplet. Very good if somebody's going to try to jam burn in the tournament, for sure. This is buying us a lot of time and life points. So we're going to say yes. We are going to go up on the Vial, I think. I don't think I want a 2-drop. So I'm going to go up on this. I'd rather get a 4-drop with the Ether Mage that just closes the door. Another Vial. Okay. Is there a card hoarder page about the tournament? No, Nathaniel hasn't determined the... Well, okay, so Nathaniel's pretty sure about the rules, but there could be changes because the tournament doesn't have a set date. So changes that I would anticipate. I did talk to him about the temple banning, because you guys suggested it. I said it wasn't necessarily my preference, but I did tell him that we tested it on the stream. Like, this has gained us so much life so far. We're back up to 16. Like, this Sun Droplet's doing work. If somebody does try to jam burn or, like, goblins, like, we should be good. I think we just keep blocking with the Mutavault. And if we need to, we can use the Ether Mage to protect. Yeah, we're just starting to get advantage, incremental advantage over Rumbologists now. So I think now that we've turned the corner, let's just win. So let's go again, go get a Master of Waves and just win. He shouldn't be able to interact with the Master of Waves. And granted, we only saw one sideboard card. I mean, both of us mulliganed to 5, but our mull to 5 turned out to just do a better job. And Ether Mage really is the glue to this deck, I'm telling you guys. Alright, Silvergill. He already knows about the Master, so we're not giving away information. It's going to get pumped with the Sage of Fables. This is a matchup we were worried about, though, so I do have some tools out of the board. I don't really want to play an island. Unless you wanted to animate Mutavault and also have the mana to pay for the Sage ability. Yes. So we go to 18. Yeah, I mean, like, against burn, like, you can use this against other decks, though. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about Sun Droplet, is there are other decks that you can bring this in. It's not as limited. Sun Droplet is not as limited as something like and we're not red anyway, but some people try to run things like Dragon's Claw,